7.
While exploring this previously unknown area, Bones has rounded a corner in a carved out tunnel and come face to face with a horrible creature, a giant insectoid of umber color, an umber hulk. A vicious battle ensues in which Ashes takes the brunt of the whooping. But the party is victorious over the bizarre creature with its confusing eyes. Bones immediately begins setting about harvesting from the creature, specifically going after the mandibles.
Yeah, I want them mandibles.
They are big, horrendous-looking things, razor-sharp and serrated. They look incredibly dangerous. Something that you might make like a crazy sickle out of or something. I don't know. Ooh. I'll leave that up to you. Regardless, though, as you go about it, you realize that your normal toolkit is not gonna avail you here necessarily. This creature is not of flesh and bone, but of chitin. And you need a little bit of muscle to harangue your way through the retrieval of these mandibles.
All right, Ashes, drink a potion and help me. I know you're extremely injured.
Yeah, this doesn't feel great. Hold on. How many potions do I got?
So, in the meantime, what is going on for others?
I don't really have anything I'm looking to do, so I'd probably just be like chilling around, keeping an eye out.
Okay.
I'll go keep an eye out over here, kind of the forward way we were looking to go.
Ever watchful. Good to know. Good to know. Ooh. Ashes is just
thirsty. Alright, that at least gets me over half.
Gotcha. Alright, Ashes down some potions and then sets to doing some muscle work with Bones.
Can we just like smash its head in? That'll probably loosen up the mandibles.
No, do specific things that are not going to break the Christ out of them.
But sometimes the Christ needs to be broken from things.
Is that how it goes?
Grab it at the base and twist it like a crab leg.
So,
wow.
It's dangerous though. Like it's got one edge that's like super sharp. So you're like trying to grab at the base, but not cut your own fingers off while you're doing that. You need one of those
not sharp edge.
You need one of those like mitts, like those chainmail mitts that are like cut in you.
Take your chainmail off and use it as a mitt.
I'm just saying, if I just like caved its skull in, the mandibles would be pretty loose.
I mean, it's fine. Cave its skull in. I'm just gonna be real upset. I'm just
regardless of the route that you guys go about it, Bones, I will still ask you to make a what we've been doing.
Bone carving check.
Okay, yeah, do a bone carving check.
Bone carve check. 17.
Okay.
Pretty low for me, actually.
That is pretty low for you, actually.
I can't wait till I get a reliable talent. I almost said unreliable talent.
I won't maul crush the skull. I'll like pommel strike crush the skull.
Okay, so if I'm remembering correctly,
it's like cracking the top of an egg.
Yeah.
I don't know what CR these things are. Otherwise, I could tell you.
That is going to end up being an uncommon item, or uncommon material.
Probably like a CR 14, right? I felt like
I wish. Fuck, actually no, I don't wish because I wouldn't have met the DC.
It does not seem to have been as fearsome a creature as the Troll King.
That's super fair, honestly.
So probably not. But you do get uncommon grade materials out of this, so you can mark mandibles, Umber Hulk, uncommon.
Okay. How much they weigh?
They are actually hollow inside. So they are actually relatively light. They are 2 pounds apiece.
Okay.
Uncommon.
And I have...
differentiate them from the common mandibles that are just kind of floating around.
Had he rolled low enough, they would have been common.
If you want to talk about it, there are uncommon mandibles. I mean, we can discuss it.
No. I honestly, I was like, should they even be able to roll common?
Maybe they're... Well, so the rarity reflects not only the creature and the creature's rarity, but also how well they were harvested. So, like, if you had rolled low, then maybe you did crack the skull in and fuck up the base of the mandibles or something like that, you know?
Maybe you
like...
did.
No, they're uncommon. They're fine.
They're fine. Yeah, he changes his tune now.
That skull cracked proficiently.
And I actually did that wrong earlier. I ticked up the turn order out of correction, but now that you guys are doing this harvesting, these situations turn does tick up to 3. So Ezra and Matashtai, you guys are just keeping watch.
I thought you just used your 2 situation points, and now wouldn't it be back to 1?
Nope.
Okay,
if you do something dumb, I can just roll the pool as it is.
Okay. Well,
I don't have to reset the pool until it gets to 6.
Okay.
Zach's like, this is horseshit.
I honestly don't care.
No. So it's like I can roll the pool outside of the normal getting to 6 if you do something that warrants it, right? But that doesn't take away from the pool. That's just how much I can roll at that given time.
Such as him walking through and saying, "It's clear, everyone! It's clear."
It was clear.
Shouting down echoing hallways. Yeah, absolutely. So while this is happening, Matashtai and Ezra, you do not notice anything. But nothing like comes upon you or makes sounds down the chamber, the hallways that you're watching. But Bones and Ashes, as you guys are working, you do steal glances here or there, and you realize that the tunnel leading north, it continues off into the distance. As in to say, like, from the map standpoint, it ends, but this is an entryway to the floor. This connects to another place. Yeah,
does it slope up or slope down?
You can't tell from this point. Like, it goes flat.
Want to explore, see if we can't figure out what floor this is.
I'm down to explore.
Or do we want to keep on?
Maybe only if it slopes up. If it slopes down, maybe we'll down it at some point.
Right. Let's unless there's any objections, let's at least find out which way this generally seems to lead.
It looks like it's north.
I meant on the Y axis.
I walk off. I don't acknowledge that comment.
Okay. So the group decides to follow this path.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Only until we can determine if it slopes up or down.
You follow the path.
Stay on the path.
And we will tick up the tracker because you can decide what you want to do from here. But after walking for about 10 or 15 minutes down this just gouged out tunnel, right? Because this resembles all that you have seen from the previous portion of this tunnel that this creature created, right? It continues for quite some time before it begins to tilt upwards. and there is a slow but steady incline to above you.
I do just want to call out that there is a layer of the dungeon that makes reference to the creature we just dealt with. It's commonly known as the Maze of Madness, or the Layer of Umber Hulks.
That's concerning. What level is that?
11th layer of the dungeon.
Well, there was only one Umber Hulk. I don't know that we can call this the Layer of Umber Hulks.
Yeah, but it clawed its way from wherever it was to where we intersected with it. So there is a chance that we are going to the layer.
You think we've survived multiple level 12 fights?
That is really meta, but yes. No.
It's not meta. This place is laid out like a video game.
You're
think
not wrong.
Anything is possible, Bones.
So, my question, while you all are having this discussion, is: do you continue on the path upwards
to floor 11 from floor 12?
Up to floor 11 from floor 12, or do you head back the way you came?
I think we explore more before we leave the level.
Okay.
Agreed. We had
Wait. Oh, you explore more of this level?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to leave this level until we've looked around more.
Gotcha.
And I like the idea of having an escape route.
Okay. So, you guys, after kind of like discerning that this exit, this egress is going upwards, you turn around, head back, make your way past the remains of this Umber Hulk. Now, where are you heading?
Not north.
Down the hall. Oh, not north? You don't want to go north?
You don't want to go west and then north?
I was being funny, but...
Oh.
You were saying not north back the way you guys came.
Ezra humor.
All right. Learning from my mistake, I entered the night.
Learning from my steak. That sounds delicious.
You stealth up?
I have learned from my steak.
That it was delicious.
And then you begin to move forward. Go ahead and head to the next corner. Okay. So you come to a corner still within eyeshot of your party. You peer around the corner and you see a large room with a number of things. Let me describe it. So you see there are 4 large, long stone tables arrayed in the middle of this rather big room. Piles of broken rocks surround the tables, some piled high in pyramidal shapes as high as 6 feet. Picking through the rocks of one of the larger piles is a Zorn, a creature you've become familiar with now. One of its 3 hooked hands picks up a rock and holds it up over its maw. And a little tri-forked tongue comes out, snakes out, licks all of this dust off of the rock, and then retracts back into the maw. And the creature growls, and it kind of like just tosses the rock over its shoulders. And it seems kind of like displeased, kind of like, and the rock just clatters away.
That's real weird.
It is pretty weird. I don't want to get bit by one of those again. It hurt.
If we had enough gems, do you think we could domesticate one?
I actually do have quite a few gems, but I don't want to give them to you.
Do you think we could domesticate one?
Here. What's this? Got a ruby? You want ruby?
Okay, so you see this creature. It does not see you. It does not seem to notice you. It goes about its business, picking another stone from the pile, lifting it up. Snaked tongue comes out, licks through the dust.
Yeah, so it's like not acting like the other ones. The other ones were just like eating.
No, they have like a amethyst.
It goes to a third rock, right? As you're watching it. And this one, the tongue snakes around, and it goes, and it's three hands shoot up, or two hands shoot up to join the third, right? And its claws, and the rock kind of shatters, and rains rubble and dust down on the creature, who has closed its mouth and kind of like shakes itself. And you can see just kind of like holding in a tiny, tiny, tiny speck from within this rock is a little gemstone that the creature then opens its maw and plops down in and makes this grinding, gurgling noise. And it kind of like seems pleased with itself.
Man, that can't be enough for sustenance at all.
I come back and I'm like, all right, there's a Zorn up there, but he's acting, I don't know, different. Like, I don't know.
How?
Different from the other ones. He seems like smarter.
They seemed pretty smart.
Do you want to go talk to it? Do you want to try and talk to it?
No?
Hulk.
Look, I'll
Do
back
it.
you up.
No?
Cast tongues. Okay, cast tongues on me. I'll talk to it.
I don't have tongues.
Cast.
So what is
how,
tongues?
how were you talking to the giant man?
I was understanding what he said, and Ashes was talking to him.
I thought you had tongues this whole time.
No, I have
I think
comprehend.
it's comprehend language.
Well, can you go comprehend his language?
No.
Why?
No.
Why? the honest questions.
How does magic work?
Aren't you a crafter of magical weapons?
Yeah, but I don't do all that. I just make the weapons.
I don't make the magic part.
Well, it doesn't work like that.
Okay, well, make it
At
so I
least
can.
not within
comprehend
my
language.
capabilities. Also, I'm not
Okay.
getting near that thing by choice.
Can you make it so I can comprehend his language?
I think it's only self.
I don't actually remember.
I have no idea.
Yep, target self.
Okay, cool. So you can do it. I believe in you.
Nope.
Look, if he comes at you, I'll
No.
jerk you back real fast.
Nope.
I'll jerk you off out of there.
Nope.
All right, I got you. I pick
Phrasing.
Ezra up. Start
No,
casting
no.
your spell.
Nope. Nope.
Cast meld in the stone and just
Fight me then, weak boy.
into the wall.
Okay.
Fight me then.
Okay.
Oh.
All right then. Well, I guess you just want to just kill it then.
I mean, if it's got a hoard of gems, those might be valuable.
Well, I mean, last I checked, I mean, it seemed like a pretty passive creature. If we don't fuck with it, most likely won't fuck with us.
It's true.
I have a lot of gems on me though. What if it comes at me from the back?
I tucked my coins into my bag of holding if I haven't done that already.
Okay.
I still vote Ezra talks to it.
I vote Ezra does not.
Can you talk to it from behind me and Ashes?
No, nobody can talk to it.
It
not
did
even
not show
comprehend.
any sign of language the last time we interacted with the creature. It growled.
But you didn't have comprehend language up then.
I don't care. It
I
did
can't
not
remember. Did I try telepathically talking to it last time?
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
I
Fuck
think
you,
y'all just
Ezra.
tried
Matt,
to
Matt,
sneak
can you try and
past
talk
it.
to it telepathically?
Yes, I can try and talk to it telepathically.
Maybe you should take like a copper coin or something and try to Kobe into its mouth.
Hey, little buddy.
Just
All right. Okay. I guess I'm just going up and trying to talk to this thing.
Yeah, let's go up there and try.
All
to
right,
talk
so
to it.
as you kind of
trying
do
to-
approach, right, Matashtai, your lantern, right, the drift globe, the light, the creature does seem to notice the light, and it kind of like hunches. But you see, as it hunches, right, it also grabs a rock It's looking, like one eye's like looking in the direction of the light, and it pulls a rock over, and the snake tongue kind of goes out, and you see it like into the air like twice before it actually finds the rock. It's
That's funny.
It's
Like
multitasking.
a xenomorph tongue.
yeah, it's a little, it's a but it definitely knows that you're there.
Okay. I'm
Sure,
trying to
go
get in
talk to
range. And I think it's 60 feet. Let me
Okay.
double check that. Mind link. 60 feet, yeah. So I get within 60 feet. And I speak into its mind, and I say, can you understand me?
Okay. Does anyone have a gemstone or precious metal on their person?
Not anymore.
Or is that
Yeah, I do.
all in bags of holding?
No, I mean I have a silver dagger and I have a small amount of coin on me on my actual person.
I mean, I'm assuming Quicksilver is made of either pure or
Sure. Okay. So you connect your mind to this creature, and you ask, can you understand me? Is that what you asked?
Yeah. I'm just trying to open a dialogue.
So there's you reach out with Valena, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's this kind of like moment as you all watch, right? Like almost like a specter step out of Matashtai for a brief moment and then dissipate. And there's this connection that establishes with this creature, and it's immediately this confused connection, surprise connection, and there's a long pause, and you can all hear this. All of you can hear from the room this kind of like grinding noise, right? And then the creature goes in very broken, a language that you don't speak, but you can understand because of the telepathic link, right? But it sounds like it sounds like you all hear it, right? Because the creature does it out loud, not really getting the difference between out loud and in its mind. But you hear this sound of like rocks breaking and dirt moving and grinding and scraping and clattering, right? It's like someone's got a bunch of rocks and a sand
would this be
pile.
primordial, Jeremy? Terran?
You would
Because
recognize.
Primordial.
So,
I also speak primordial.
does
Which
primordial?
includes Terran, Aqua.
Does not include Aquan, goddammit! Aquan is separate.
This language is a family that includes the following dialects: Aquan, Auran, Ignan, and Terran.
You just made turtles worse.
Well, that's what it says, man. I don't know what to tell you.
For now, my turtles are primordial, not just Aquan.
Fair enough. So, as this creature speaks, do you both speak primordial?
I do, yes.
And Ezra, you do as well?
Yeah,
Right?
I pinged my language.
So
It was very, very common.
yeah, you both understand in a very kind of like halting
Did not see
way.
that coming.
This
Did not see that
this
coming. I could
creature
speak.
is speaking Terran. It's this.
I
It's
give
the,
Ezra a very triumphant look, like I didn't need you anyway, motherfucker.
it's the language of the realm of Earth, of the elemental confluxes and the Earth elementals, the Earthen kings and queens. Right. This is a language of. It's beyond archaic. It's primordial, right? It is the actual building blocks of existence. And this creature speaks it haltingly, like it's not used to speaking. Like it doesn't get the chance to converse frequently. And
Fair.
And this is probably not going to be noticeable by Bones or Ezra, because you just hear the language and what it says. But Matashtai, you would sense this.
Okay.
The creature goes, it says, understand, speak, hungry, smell. Except Matashtai, in your mind, that's what you all hear, right? Ezra and Bones, that's what you hear from the language. But Matashtai, it sounds, the tone behind it, the impetus behind it, the inflection, the spirit behind it is that of a child.
Great. Now we definitely can't kill it.
We've
Told
killed
Matt.
children.
No, well, you told Matt that it's a child. Now we're done.
We are children killers.
All right. Well, I ask it, are you alone?
Again, in kind of like broken, single words, right? It's the great grinding noise that he makes is like a single word, and then like the clatter of rocks that he makes is another single word, and then the breaking, like the cracking open of a boulder, that's another word, right? It says, gone.
Yeah, we probably killed him.
Long ago. Alone. Yes.
Now's the time to domesticate one, guys.
And again, at the end of that exchange, it says, smell.
What do you smell?
You hear, it opens its maw, right, wide, and it kind of does this shuffling warble, right? And it cracks. It picks up a stone and immediately cracks it, and it just showers in rubble. And he picks up another stone and cracks it, and showers in dust and chunks of just earth. And it says, kind of as this rubble is just spraying about it, it just says one word. It says, hunger.
Okay. I turn back to the guys. So this thing's young, I think, or it acts young, and
it's like 75 million years old, but that's just a baby.
It's still young,
You know?
for its species.
And it's real hungry.
Yeah, I heard that part. Yeah, didn't you?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, that's what it said.
I just heard rumblings.
And it apparently smells something.
The creature,
Touch my sword.
the creature kind of like it seems to be growing frustrated. It scrabbles through. It's got two hands kind of like clawing through the pile of rocks, and just licking frantically, tossing aside, and then it lurches towards you guys a little bit, and it says again, smell, hunger.
If I hear it coming, I'm like already like.
I open my bag. Put your sword in here.
I need it to hit things.
You can hit things with the staff for now.
Well, no, I put my sword in and I get my maul.
Okay. You got other hitty things.
Yeah, but that's the special one.
I then turn to it. Do you still smell?
Smell. Hunger. Feed.
Give it some money.
Did they ate money on the last time we saw them, right? I think they did.
Yeah,
Copper.
they did.
All right, I give
Copper
him
is
4.
considered a precious metal.
I throw 4 copper at it.
Like toss it, like tossing into its maw, or just like tossing it on the ground intentionally in front of it.
I toss it on the ground. I let him decide if he wants to eat it or them. I don't know what its gender pronouns are.
So you toss the money out towards it, and the creature. It actually like you hear this kind of like sniffing noise, and it dives at the coins and picks two taloned hands like down to 2 of the copper pieces and immediately toss it into its maw. The snake tongue out and wraps around a 3rd, and it practically like drags itself over to the 4th one, trying to like get these down as quickly as possible. A split second after it has downed the 4 copper pieces, it makes this long, low, grinding noise, like a glacier scraping earth, and it says, "More."
Oh no!
I only have like 7 more copper. You can have them. You can have the 7 more copper.
More.
I don't think it's gonna stop being hungry, man.
I give him the 7 more copper.
Okay.
This poor little guy was starving to death.
I mean, that's all I'm giving you. The rest is worth way more.
It sniffs, and in the moment where nothing is forthcoming, it says, "Smell. Hunger. Feed."
I mean, you got rocks.
It doesn't eat rocks.
He's got rocks.
Are you like speaking to it in Terran, saying you've got rocks?
Yes.
You got rocks.
I said.
So it is
And I
strange.
turned to Bones. I'm like,
right?
what was
It
that?
is strange hearing noises from this creature, but when Bones starts making them, and they are a pale shadow of the sounds that this creature is creating, right? Because Bones just doesn't have the structure, the physical structure to make the same noises that this creature is making, the same grinding and cracking noises.
I'm a cat, not a rock monster.
Right? So, the way
Ashes,
that...
you didn't understand that?
What'd you say to me?
Ashes. You didn't understand that? He said that the creature has rocks.
The creature
What is wrong with everyone?
says,
I don't
"Not
know why you're lumping me in. That's messed up.
enough."
Because apparently you said it as a child.
I
You're
spoke
getting
to his
lumped
mind. You see me do that?
He said
Apparently
not
these 2 can understand it, and now
The creature says,
Bones is speaking
"Not
rock.
enough. Smell. Hunger. More. Feed."
How much more?
If you could put a gold price on how much it would take.
Is it a
doesn't-
monetary thing or a weight thing?
It doesn't
Question?
understand that. To it, value is not a thing necessarily.
Okay.
So Ezra pulls out in increments of 5 up to 50 copper pieces at a pace to see if they
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
yeah.
So the thing remains docile. though grumbling, as you feed it piece by piece these copper pieces, right? As it seems as though you are going to continue to dole them out, it remains relatively calm, relatively quiet, and immobile, right? It just scrapes them up off the ground and eats them.
And so begins the Pavlovian training.
I put the rest of my money in my bag of holding. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, actually, here I'll take my sack of money and give it to Matt to put with my sword.
Okay, I put that in too.
And that should be everything of value that's either ore or mineral.
So after feeding the creature the 50 copper, it says, "Not enough.
Okay.
Need purer hunger."
He wants some platinum, Ezra.
I don't think that pure means like a different ore type entirely. Because you could have pure copper than you have of like gold. You can have like,
Okay.
drossy gold.
Remind me how much these chunks of amethyst were worth. Because as I recall, it was not a small amount.
Those were the chunks of amethyst from the Twisted Cavern. Let me double check real quick. You've got I believe each one is worth about 10 gold each.
10 gold, Jesus. I give him one chunk of amethyst. One.
Okay. He greedily gulps it down, and there's this grinding noise inside his body. You've been hearing this with the copper pieces, but the copper pieces are so small that it's like the nibs just go for each one. This one is like a big chunk of amethyst or crystal is just repeatedly being grinded down inside this creature. And it goes on for a good like 30 or 45 seconds. And afterwards, the creature says, it says, "Hunger, no."
Oh, that's good, because I was about at my limit. I was about ready to just kill it. All right, it's not hungry anymore, Matt.
Great. We have what was our goal with this, by the way?
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this thing.
I don't know.
Like, what was our goal?
I walk up in here.
The Zorn seems to just kind of stand there, kind of contented. You see it kind of like absent-mindedly, lazily, kind of like reach over to one of the rock piles nearby and pick up a stone, and you see it it begins to shave away chunks of the rock, right? But it's doing it very slowly. It's not in this hasty like, oh, must find immediacy now. It's just kind of like idly, clearing through this rock.
Okay. I ask him in Primordial, do you have a name?
The phone's talking this way is like real weird, right?
Read a book, Ashes.
At least my thing, like, sounds
right. So you ask it this, right? But the concept in the way that you think of it is a foreign concept to this creature, right? It gathers what you are meaning,
Smart boy.
but it doesn't. It takes a moment, right? And the way it responds to you is it has been speaking in single words. The way it responds to you is it suddenly overwhelms your understanding of the primordial language and Terran specifically. It's been speaking to you in these like singular clear words. It begins to grind and smash and drag and churn and crush all at the same time in a myriad of different ways and at different octaves. And it's almost as if it's trying to describe a picture. And it's really difficult for you to follow what it is saying. But the picture that it is describing is basically what you can suss out: a moss-covered rock next to a babbling stream.
Ah. Yes, I identify with that. I am Shade in the Graveyard.
There's actually like this scenario, right, where you as a tabaxi go, oh, okay, I get that.
Weird.
Because your name, right, as a tabaxi, your name is Shade in the Graveyard, right? But it's so much more in tabaxi. Like when you say that to a person from where you're from, to another tabaxi from your tribe, it implies so much more. It's not just the words shade in the graveyard, right? It's actually like the feeling and the emotion, the temperature, the concept of all of those things laid together. And that's kind of what this creature is trying to convey in its multitude of descriptive words.
Zach's over there like, yes, that is definitely what it means.
I love tabaxi names.
Yeah, tabaxi names are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's Odie's tabaxi name?
Odie boy.
Wow.
Yikes.
Oh man.
Oh, we gotta think of a tabaxi name for you, Odie boy.
Lazy shut-in? Needy digger man?
Anyway.
Boy.
So, so what happens?
Okay,
now?
Cool. Moss-covered rock near stream waterfall. How long have you been here? What are you doing besides just eating? It's kind of chilling.
You ask it how long it's been here. It doesn't really have a concept of like what here is necessarily.
Time? Question mark?
But the time that it says.
That's fair. That's a very primordial thing to not recognize time.
Yeah, it kind of like, and there's no cycles or anything down here, right? You know, it only really knows the concept of its hunger, and it just gives you a number in the thousands.
Ah, okay. He's been hungry very often.
He is the perma-hungry boy.
Cool. You got, these are cool little piles you got here. I don't really know what else to say here, guys.
I've run out of conversation. This is where it says, "Okay, I've got to go." In the dialogue options.
Yeah, right. In your CRPG, this is where the bottom option is just like, "Okay, I'll see you later."
Farewell.
Yeah, I guess while I talk to him, I just kind of, I want to like walk around the room and just kind of casually glance at shit because I'm greedy. I'm a greedy cat.
Absolutely. So you find this hall, right? It's like I said, it's covered. It has these 4 big stone tables, and there's just these massive piles of rocks. You do, as you kind of like wander around, you see over here there is a small. There's a hallway, and there's just a pit in the hallway.
Oh.
Just a pit, open pit in the hallway.
I point that way. What's over there?
You're asking to the Zorn?
Yeah, Mossy Stone near stream.
Moss covered brook by the stream, Jeremy.
It
Yeah,
says
I'm asking Mossy Stone near stream.
it says it says hole. Then it says pit. Then it says open. Then it says rocks.
That's where you got these rocks?
It kind of like shakes its head at you. No. These were here.
Really? All right.
Person who
Interesting.
made them.
Huh. Cool. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to do some more exploring. Roving. Rolling, as you will.
It understands rolling. Gets it.
I take out another chunk of amethyst now. My greed has been overtaken by my desire for friendship with this guy.
It kind of, as soon as you take it out, right, it's kind of like you hear that.
Yeah, I put it on one of his little things. See you later, moss covered rock near Steam.
Stream,
Okay.
not Steam.
Yeah, near
Steam.
stream. Sorry,
Okay.
I couldn't say my R.
That's a faux
As you walk away from the amethyst, right, it walks towards the amethyst.
Yeah.
And by the time you're leaving the room, it's standing next to it, and it's taken it in one claw. It hasn't downed it. It's just holding it. And you see, it's actually kind of like holding it right up next to one eye, like it's just like inspecting it really closely to one eye.
Rationing his snacks.
I come back
So,
out. Good guy there.
Yeah, he's interesting. Glad you made a friend.
We'll see. Maybe keep most of your metal still in your bag. He's not hungry right now, but who
Yeah, I'm
knows?
just gonna,
So you guys keep moving westward, and as you do, you find a door. This hallway goes west, and then it begins to curve north. But you find another shattered door, and then a second door intact.
Should we look in here?
Good enough thing for me.
Well,
Hey,
I'll come
guys,
in.
at what point do we just decide we're gonna go back up to a higher floor?
I'm assuming once we get bored of this one.
Once you get your
Or
ass
mortally injured,
kicked.
I guess.
Yeah.
Mortally injured, probably.
Yeah, I say sitting just over half HP.
Okay, well, I guess we go in here.
So you move down into another room, and this room, there are 4 separate sections in this oddly shaped room. There are 4 separate sections of rubble. Each one is relatively near one of the 4 quartz pillars that are within this room. Something came into this room, and whatever these piles of rubble used to be, something utterly obliterated them.
No, it was probably moss covered rock near stream.
Can I compare the shattered door and what it would have taken to do said damage to door and determine whether it was something of Umberhulk stature or
Ross
Zorn?
mark your stream.
Yeah.
Please use its actual name.
Roll me an investigation check.
Do my spectacles count?
Yes, sir. I'm assuming this is heavily involved in looking at shit. Yeah. Especially after having had the encounter with the Umberhulk in the tunnels that the Umberhulk seemingly made.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very similar type of scenario, the way these doors have been smashed through. It's less, like, there's definitely some brute strength in there, but it also seems as if, like, mandibles and talons that are used to cutting through stone have assisted the creature's brute strength to just smash through these doorways.
I expressed the likelihood that there might be more of those creatures.
I think I know where that door goes.
Oh, where do you think it goes?
Ashes moves over just to the side and sees a doorway going.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay.
That's a weird construction.
Kind of.
Well, I mean, it used to be just 2 doors that locked out.
To the south, as well, you see another door that has been thoroughly obliterated.
Onward and upward? Downward, downward. Onward and downward.
Onward and downward.
Okay. You guys cross the just rubble-strewn area.
Oh. Rather than yell this time, I walk back. Hey, it's the mural. We found the mural again.
So
I say
you do.
calmly and not
Oh.
loudly.
Oh yeah.
You have found your way back to the spectacular mural, the design of the Zorn. And do you guys backtrack from there?
Yep.
Yeah,
You find, following behind you, moss-covered rock near stream at a healthy distance. The Zorn seems to be stalking you now.
Oh, hey,
hey.
stream. What's going on?
Hungry.
This is so weird because I'm not used to the concept of
Like,
this
how do
creature
you-
being spoken to, right? Like effectively spoken to. It doesn't seem to process your question well, right? Like, again, this creature doesn't seem to be used to speaking, and some of the things that you ask it about are foreign to it, right? So when you say that, it takes a few moments for it to respond, and it just says, "Follow."
Okay. Why though?
I mean,
It says, "Have food."
This is why you don't feed strays.
Do I lie to my new friend? I mean, I don't know. You had a lot of food in your piles.
I
I
think
say
it was
it's-
celebrating finding a tiny little thing.
It says, oh, it's the way it would convey that would be hard. But the what it summates to, it probably wouldn't use these words, but what it summates to is it along the lines of would starve soon.
So it needs precious metals and/or gems to survive.
So
Can't you dig through the rock? Isn't that something your kind can do?
Okay, so you convey that to, and it just affirms your question.
Yes.
Okay.
But it doesn't like draw a conclusion or a connection. It just basically is like, yes.
Should you not swim through the rock as if it was a stream to find food?
It says lost. Can't scent.
Lost can't scent.
It can't smell anymore.
Well, I understand what that means, Jacob. Thank you.
You seemed confused. I was helping.
Do you want to clarify the lost part?
It is lost
From where?
from its family.
Why does being lost mean you can't smell? Can you not smell when you get lost in a grocery store?
I think they're two separate.
Are
points.
they?
Yes.
Okay.
You go out to find food, but you can still smell even if you don't know exactly where you are.
Again, two separate points.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree.
And clarify.
I wonder how many sessions we've gone without hearing agree to disagree.
One, maybe? I don't know.
If we're lucky, one.
That's probably true. And how many of them are Bones and someone else in the party?
99.999%.
Sorry,
And we've only had
Agree
67
to disagree.
episodes.
Sorry, I don't push my viewpoints on other people.
I feel like that's exactly what you're doing.
Okay. Do you remember where
When he-
you're from?
It conveys to you the same like string of words and everything like that it used that it said
Moss
when
covered rock.
when it
So
gave
what?
its name to you. So now
moss-covered
it's in
rock.
question: is that a name or is that its home?
No, I mean that's it's both. Okay, well. I don't know what to do here, guys. Moss covered rock near stream is real hungry and thinks it's gonna die alone. So
I mean,
either they're gonna follow us or
We could take it back to the fourth layer and introduce it to the other Zorn that we may have.
the ones that
Murdered.
we killed their family members.
No, we murdered one.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we
because
could replace.
the
We
others
could
ran away
replace.
in fear.
We
Yeah,
could
had they
replace.
not
it with
ran,
one
the
that's
rest
more
were gonna die.
And then we picked up all the amethyst that it was taking. I don't remember. Was there a wall? There was like a wall of amethyst, right?
Yeah,
like
but
crystal outcropping.
there
we
were
just took like the chunks that it had broken.
the
off or
chunks.
something.
They had been like cracking into the amethyst and actually
Yeah.
like pulling out sizable chunks. There was a rich vein of amethyst there.
But we don't know how to get back to the fourth from here. We don't even know where we are in relation to the fourth.
We have no idea where we are yet.
Do you guys want to go try the brass cylinder in the door and see if that
Yeah,
works?
let's go check it and just at least see if it works, so we know if we have a way back.
All right, moss covered rock with stream. I'm gonna see if I can find you a way to get lots of delicious purple rock.
You realize it's probably going to immediately get mind controlled by the Aboleth?
No, not moss covered rock.
It just says follow have food.
Yeah, fair enough. I walk off.
Okay. So you head
Escort.
down south, past the mural, right? The incredibly detailed, opulent mural showing this massive Zorn, right? And these dwarves throwing gemstones into the waiting maw of the Zorn itself.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that actually.
So you guys just fast traveling down to the thing itself, to the
Yeah.
point. Okay,
I mean, I already walked, but
gotcha.
maybe it just lives here and the dwarves used to feed it or some shit.
So
I forgot about that mural completely.
the creature does continue to follow you all. It does follow you past the mural, but it does stay a little ways away from you, right? It doesn't like just follow on your heels. It stays, 20, 30 feet away. Like every time you're at a corner, it's at the other corner. That type of thing.
Almost has like a feeling of like a weeping angel. Like he stops
Creepy.
always right when you can see him.
I don't like it. I'm out.
All right, I try and jam the brass cylinder in the hole.
So there is
It
no
gets stuck.
hole here.
Oh, I thought there was a hole.
There's a little divot, right? There's like a little impression, a spherical impression, right?
Shit.
Whereas the moon, right, had a hole directly in the center of the moon. The sun, in the center of the sun, has like a little. It's like you cut out a half a circle or a half a sphere, right, out of these sections. So there's just like a little divot in it.
I thought it was a hole. Does the wide end of my cone fit in it?
So yes, it's actually smaller. So the little tapered cylindrical brass bit that you have, the either side is smaller than the sphere, the impression.
Does that do anything?
Doesn't seem to do anything.
All right, it's the sun, right?
Yes.
I light a torch. I put it up in it.
Okay.
That sounds torchy.
Doesn't seem to do anything.
Matt, put your drift globe in there.
And as a reminder, again, all around the outer edge of this arch gate are these niches, but they're all empty.
Yeah. Alcoves that are empty, yeah.
Okay, so we gotta like find the little figures for this level.
Probably.
Or just the one that's the key.
Hey, moss-covered rock near stream. Have you ever seen this before? Do you know what goes here? I don't know if he's a Roman Zorn or not.
Bad magic.
Cool. Do you know how to open the gate?
It says no, but it's one of those scenarios where it's like Terran has like 37 words for no, and this particular no is tinged with fear. It's like the way you would say no if you're like, why would I ever do such a terrifyingly horrible thing?
Okay, let's dig into that. Why don't you want to open the gate?
It says again like evil magic.
Okay, well this leads to all of the delicious purple stones.
It doesn't really have a response to that.
Fair enough. Okay, well, what do you guys want to do? This was a bust. I thought for sure this damn stick stuck in there.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
The
I
description
forgot it was
error
like
on my
that.
part.
Well, I mean, we do have another way of opening it.
How?
Stick something metal in it, right?
Not
No,
this one.
that's the middle door. That's the other
That
door.
goes to floor 2.
Oh God, yeah, okay, gotcha. We're at the
If you refer to
Yep.
your handy dandy
Map.
app, there are multiple portals.
You forgot to put the
marked.
level number on the map name, by the
I
way.
did. I did forget to do that. My bad.
Yeah.
We expect better, Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Hey, I walk over here. Hey, moss covered rock with stream. What's down here? Because that's where I saw all that armor and shit.
Oh shit.
And I was,
That's a lot of metal.
It kind of says
Bad magic.
no, it says
death.
it says that it doesn't know, right? It uses very clipped words, but it basically says don't know predators too many here. Haven't roamed. Or haven't rolled, right?
What?
To use your phrasing from earlier, right?
Just roll out.
Autobots, roll up.
Autobot. Roll out.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well. Yeah, he doesn't know what's down there. They don't know what's down there. So we can either go back or leave. I don't, or go down here. I don't know. Whatever y'all want to do.
I don't
They did say
Did we
they said
we
predators.
completely-
So
did we completely finish the north area?
no,
No.
we just left.
Went to the east and to the north, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, since we're in an unknown territory, let's go to the places we don't know there are predators first.
So go back up.
I will
Yeah.
say this. The message that he conveyed to you, Bones, it wasn't specifically saying that he knows there are predators to the south. He was saying that there are predators here, period. Like,
Yeah.
on this floor,
Oh,
and that he just
okay.
hasn't explored the floor. He's just stayed to his one little place because it's safe.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, for
Well,
clarity,
I didn't
because
understand
he is using the language that he is using actually conveys a lot more information than what I can say in the same words, right? Because again, all of the words that he uses have like multiple meanings to them, or have like connotations to them, right?
Okay.
What do you want to do? There's a lot of armor and stuff down there. That screams ambush to me.
Yeah, and Ash is kind of messed up. I could use the rod to get us healed up. Or we can explore a little bit more to the north,
Days.
and then maybe rest up, and then hit that area fresh.
I don't care. Either way.
All right, I vote explore more to the north, and then rest up before going into that area.
I agree.
All right, we go. We leave.
Okay.
As you guys kind of begin to turn back, right, moss-covered rock near stream sinks into the stone, like he disappears into the stone. So rather than you guys like approach him and walk or them and walk past them, right? They basically like, whoop, and then as you're past, they come back up and again start to trail.
Yeah,
So
fair enough.
if
Okay,
you
so back in the weird trapezoid room. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so again, if you guys just want, I will just teleport you up there. Nope. And could not copy paste. Unfortunate. Okay. Wop.
Thank you.
Sankashu. You guys are back. You make your way back up, and once again, right? The Zorn does not seem to notice or care about that mural.
That's weird. It's
Oh,
got a bunch of stones in it, right?
but
Yeah,
he
it
can't.
does.
As I recall, it has a bunch of stones in it.
Is it real? I touch it.
The Zorn?
No, the mural.
Yes, the mural is very real.
Okay, let's make sure it's not an illusion.
Okay, sure, fair enough, fair enough. Yes,
We have been tricked by that in the past, so
It is definitely solid.
Okay.
okay. Well, so we didn't really like examine this room. I take a look around.
So there are 4 separate piles, each one near one of the quartz pillars. The quartz pillars are giving off a soft glowing light throughout the room. Each of the piles has been just smashed to bits. You could roll an investigation check on a pile if you would like.
I'll poke around with it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. Sure.
Not from 10 feet away. Just to,
Yeah.
get my hands dirty.
Sure.
I investigate. Oh yeah.
Okay, so as you're kind of like sifting through the rubble, you start to find little bits and pieces of gear, of a tool set. And it takes you just a few minutes of poking through this pile of rubble before you realize, or you have put together basically the trappings of a jeweler's tools.
Oh, hell
jeweler's
yeah.
tool set.
That's another set for my boys.
Who's gonna be the jeweler in the crew?
Oh God.
I don't know. I mean, they're probably going to change roles on a daily basis. Sure, everybody's going to have a turn.
Wow. It's dark.
I really feel like you should encourage one of them to become a master.
Maybe I'll just start living down there with them, and we'll become a craftsman colony.
You will be the Goblin King.
I can
The
imagine
final
that.
boss of the Goblin King, the final boss of the Goblin King campaign is actually just bones, and it's Goblin Legion.
Goblin Legion.
We take skulls.
That'd be pretty cool. The Skull Takers.
Oh God, they take skulls.
Yeah,
I'm playing an ooze. I don't have a skull.
You say as you accidentally like drip out 4 of them.
I don't have a
Okay, well-
skull of my own.
That's kind of interesting. It's just, are they like, I don't know, burial?
So
thing?
after
Why is there- I don't understand
sorry,
why there's a
I didn't
jeweler's
really
pyramid.
clarify. As you find all these bits and pieces, you are able to come to the conclusion that each of these stations was basically a gem cutter's or jeweler's workstation.
Oh, why do they need such a big room? It's weird.
Cool.
All right, well,
We
I'll
continue.
leave.
Okay. So you guys head back out the shattered doorway. What is your next destination?
Up this way?
Okay.
West and north.
West and
Oh.
north leads you very quickly back to that hall.
Come back. Hey, I found his pit.
Yep.
I found
Where the
moss-covered
pit
rock
was.
that's near Stream's pit.
All right, I guess we're going east now.
Okay. So if you guys want to go east, let me take over.
Okay.
So I will move you guys around, and then we can adjust positions from there, because now we're moving into unexplored territory. So you guys head back eastward, right? Finding your way to that opening where the Umber Hulk had dug through. Knowing that the way north lies to another floor, you head back down to this section. From here, you have south that goes to that big hallway that was off of the cylindrical room, and off of the washroom ? or
For
you
sure.
have this tunnel that goes eastward,
I vote we go eastward.
or not tunnel, but hallway.
A
Through the
decision
hallway.
eastward it is.
Eastward.
You can take back over at this point if you would like. So you come up to the next corner, Bones. I'm assuming you're taking point, right? You see around the corner, you're peering around the corner, you see a crossroads of sorts, right? With a passage going north, east, and south, along with the passage where you are from the west.
All right. I'll take a listen.
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Normal perceiving. 30.
It is faint, and you realize that that part of this dwarven architecture, or maybe it's just the Underdark in general, maybe it's Undermountain. This place ruled by magic, ruled by Halaster's whimsy. You've been in multiple situations where you've made a lot of noise and nothing, like something next door hasn't hurt you, and then you've been in multiple situations where you've made a lot of noise and something from what seems like 10 floors down has heard you, right? Sound is incredibly odd in this space, and it travels in strange ways, but what you hear, Bones, very distinctly, though it's hard to gauge the distance from which the sound is generating, but you hear the clatter of pickaxes coming from the east. Did you say something?
Yes, I said pickaxe. Dope.
Okay.
Well, if nothing sounds real close, then I go.
Okay, so you stealth along to the next corner, and you see your crossroads has turned into a little bit of an interesting situation. Make a dragon appear and kill them all. That may happen. So you've got a doorway to the south, the hall that continues eastward, and then you can see another northern section, and then the hall continuing northward from where you're at.
Let's wait for everyone to catch up at this point.
And that sound, right? That sound of kind of like the clattering of pickaxes, you hear. None of the rest of you actually hear this. This is like Bones hyper hearing from the distance. It doesn't seem to really increase or decrease in volume from here. But it's still definitely from the east.
Okay. You guys want to check out this room, or what do you want to do?
I mean,
I hear there's definitely some pickaxes that way.
Right. Okay. Then let's just do what we're going to do a little bit quieter, so we don't alert
Somebody's digging.
them digging people to our presence. How about?
Did you just say you were going to be quiet?
Maybe
I'm
they're
always
not.
quiet.
I look offended as I adjust my cloak.
Oh, I
Time.
wait, do you want me to get your sword back out?
Well, Yeah,
Uh-oh.
he ate. Here, let me get my money and my sword, if you don't mind. Here, just
Okay.
Almost as if summoned by the mention, moss-covered rock near stream appears behind Ezra.
Stop. No.
Ezra takes a step closer to his party. I don't like this having something behind me crap, Jeremy.
Following you around all the
I don't like it.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, maybe you should just kill it.
Don't tempt me.
Is that what you want? You don't want to deal with
Ezra,
monster
1v1.
anymore?
Let's go.
I think Jeremy
Ezra's
doesn't
about
want
Old
to deal with
monster and just kill it.
Maybe we were supposed to kill moss-covered rock near stream. I don't know if anyone else has decided to converse with the Zorn. I'll try.
Could just, take it up to the others.
How would you like? We tried that. How do you want to do that?
I mean, we go to floor 2 and then we go back down.
How do we get back? Oh,
Can he take a portal?
I
What?
think he's too adverse to magic to take a portal.
He said it was evil.
Yeah.
In some circles, you would be considered evil.
I mean, you're
Dude,
not wrong.
Bones the Butcher? No.
No.
Really
No.
I think I'm more neutral than anything.
Says the Fiend.
I didn't take their bones out while they were alive.
Hence the butcher.
See, it's fine to mutilate the bodies of the dead as long as they're no longer living.
It suited my purpose. I checked this door.
Okay. You head over to the door. Done with that conversation. You head over to the door. Again, it is of the similar dwarven architecture, no hinges, all built into the seams. It does not resist you. You throw it open, and you find beyond a room with 2 more doors. The room itself. Let's see what it is. Aha! Shelves line the walls of this broad room. Shattered and defiled curios lay strewn about the shelves and the floor, though there are obvious gaps missing in the shelving. The room seems to have been looted in haste, with no particular regard given to many of the pieces of art that have been left or destroyed.
Damn, I love art. I think it might be time for a good old-fashioned looting. I'll poke around and take anything of value.
You poke around.
I mean, I'll throw the room to get this done quicker.
Okay, you can roll an investigation at advantage then, since you're being helped.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'll do.
You find a couple of different items that look valuable that kind of have been glossed over in the haste of whoever was here previously. You find a 10-inch tall lapis lazuli statuette of what looks to be like a dwarven king, perhaps. You find a funeral shroud, and it itself is not in great shape, but it has shards of blue quartz sewn into it, and that looks, relatively valuable. And then you find, and you're not sure how anyone missed this. It's probably less that they missed it and more that it seemed unlikely, an odd scenario for them to take, because it is relatively big. But you find a foot tall, 3 foot long alabaster triptych depicting a dwarven wedding, and it is gorgeous.
That sounds large.
Yeah, it's big. It's a big boy. It's about 25 pounds.
All right, I put it in the bag.
You have to. Fortunately, it is a triptych, so it kind of like folds up. So you do have the ability to kind of like fold it up and then slide it into the bag.
I mean, I'm helping. Like,
Yeah.
So
Ezra's
the
helping.
triptych is 25 pounds, and then each the statuette of the dwarf king is 5 pounds, and then the funeral shroud with blue quartz is just a pound.
do you
Okay.
think your buddy that's following us might like some
No,
quartz?
do
or
not
some
mention it to him.
lapis?
I mean, I don't think he understands ashes. So.
And there
there's that.
are other little curios, other things that look interesting, but whoever looted this room did so in such haste that they actually destroyed or damaged a fair number of the things here. It's clear that this place has been worn with time. A lot of the things here are decaying or just like they turn to dust when you touch them, right?
Mhm.
But those that weren't are in relatively good condition, excepting that whoever came through here did so and kind of smashed through a lot of stuff.
That's a damn shame.
That's pretty messed up.
All right. Well, cool.
There's a door to the south and a door to the east, and then there are the directions that you came from previously. The hallway heading north, and then the hallway heading eastward.
East first.
Okay, so you're gonna head to this eastern door. Okay.
If anyone cares, you
check.
can just correct me or whatever. But
No, you good, man.
Okay.
Any direction we have not gone is a good direction.
So you throw open this door. It does not give you any issue, and within, at first you don't really see much, and you realize the majority of the room is to the south of you, right? So you step in and you see here there are 4 stout desks and swiveling stools lining the east wall, and above each stool is a lantern hanging by a chain anchored to the ceiling. There are various tools laid out on the desks, and as you kind of like take a look and a peek, in the southwest corner of the room, there is a wooden work table, a conical iron furnace, and a cracked barrel. And there are just tools, chainmail aprons, leather gloves, stuff like that hanging from hooks along the wall of the southwestern wall.
it's like a little smithing station.
It
Yeah.
seems like everybody, like, this floor is really heavily involved with just making stuff.
Isn't that kind of a big thing with the dwarven culture? Is making stuff?
They do like to make things, Ezra. Thank you for asking.
Were there any floors specifically related to dwarves that you researched?
That's a great question.
I mean, we went through the second floor. There was the shrine area there specifically.
No. I mean, like, you were researching the floors. Were any of those specifically related to dwarf?
None of the information I found directly said anything of that nature in detail.
All right, well, time to loot.
Okay. You begin to search through the areas, and you find, again, there are a number of little items that are functional, whether or not you want to take them with you, right? Like the chainmail aprons. They are functional, but they are worn with time. They're not in perfect condition. They're kind of like, there's some rust, there's some grime to some of them.
Actually, chainmail aprons might help us next time we harvest an Umber Hulk.
The leather gloves, for example, they seem mostly good until you look at them and there's actually like some moth holes in some of the fingertips and things like that. But what you are able to find that you can know to work is you can piece together enough of a tool set for another jeweler's tools and a tinker's tools.
Hey.
Okay.
I specifically want to be looking at, when we're going through all these rooms, anything that has a semicircle on it.
Sure, keeping an eye out.
Like that's like a priority when I'm looking for shit.
There doesn't seem to be anything specifically in this room. I mean, there are plenty of things that are slightly spherical in nature or somewhat a semicircle, plenty of tools or things like that, but nothing that seems to stand out.
Maybe if I put this mortar in there.
Yeah, right. It's like, I guess I could shove a pestle up into that, like... And now there is a door to the south, or there is back the way you came.
I just poked my head out. I want to see what's in here. I have a feeling it's like that same, like, well, no, I have no idea where the fuck I am in relation to when we entered here.
I don't think we've been.
Un momento.
Oh, we haven't because we went. Where's my old map of this? So the map has enough to keep me orientated. We went this way.
So. I'm assuming.
Up and then back. I don't know where the fuck I am.
You pull open that door. Bones.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's not the door. That's the whole freaking floor. Leaf. You crack open that door, Bones, and as soon as you do, the source of that pickaxe, the clanging, you see a row of massive figures along a wall, pickaxing into the wall, and they see
enlarged Duergar.
They see the blossom of light behind you from Matashtai's lantern, and they immediately turn, and one of them calls out, "What?" in Dwarven, right? So I think you're the only ones who can actually hear them, or understand them, Bones. They call out, "Oh! We've got intruders! Get them!" And that is where we are going to pick up next week.
Awesome.
You opened up a door, and yes, indeed, you found a line of enlarged Duergar mining a wall. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool,
all right.
cool.
Well, who knows how long they've used their enlarge, so maybe it'll dissipate soon.
Probably not.
So,
They'll be long dead before they find out.
that is going to be it for this session. I hope you
A lot of
enjoy.
shit with the Zorn 10 foot away from you.
Look, moss-covered rock near stream is fine currently.
He can be our new tank.
There we go.
Are you getting rid of the old tank?
I like how Ezra is pretty comfortable with the Zorn, 10 feet away from him.
It's true.
I don't think he is.
He
It's just
He's
the
not as
situation
comfortable
he's
being
in.
that close to ashes.
Wow.
would rather be by a Zorn than be by UJ. That's messed
At
up.
least I know how to keep the Zorn happy. I just feed him some copper pieces, and that keeps him from attacking me. I haven't figured out the trick to ashes.
You just
look
feed him
back
some
every
copper
now and you
pieces, and
just
then he
see-
doesn't
you
attack
just see
you.
Ezra flicking copper into his mouth.
Right? All right, so that is going to be it for this particular session. Thanks for hanging out. We will see how this encounter concludes on the next session, which should be next week. I think we're all available for next week. Anyways, we'll see. If you enjoyed this, check us out then. If you like streaming of this kind or this nature, then on Fridays, Mitch and Jay and I, and sometimes Zach, do some drunk streaming or random games, and then on Saturdays, Jay and I do some multiplayer retro streaming, which can be a fun time. Anyways, we hope you had a good time. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.